And that was this Let's Play of I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. Thank you, all of you, for coming with me on this journey. Apologies for the quick cutoff on the previous video. Basically, the reason for that is as soon as that short credit sequence is done, the game basically quits all by itself, and that means my recording software immediately stopped the video at that point. So you didn't miss anything. That was just after the short credits. That's pretty much it. My thoughts on this particular classic adventure game. First, I'll start with some of my criticisms. One is that it's clear, even without the emulation problems, it's pretty clear that even the original game had some bug and glitch issues. There are a lot of instances where you are looking for an item that's inside some other item and you can't see it, like trying to take the mirror in Nimdok's chapter. The fact that you have to use doors, you can't just use the walk command to get through them. There's examples like that of just a very clunky interface that can sometimes get in the way of playing the game. Most especially if you're playing it for the first time and you're not using a walkthrough. It can be sometimes kind of frustrating just because of the interface's problems. Another downside is, of course, the audio. This was the same general era as adventure games like King's Quest VI, which has excellent audio production. And it's a bit of a shame that the audio in this particular game was as poor as it is. I think some of it is due to the emulation, but again, I don't think all of it is. I think originally the audio was not the best either. And the fact that there's so many limited controls when it comes to the video and audio options is a little bit of a hampering, although I'm a little bit more willing to forgive that because that's pretty common to other games from that era. Lastly, I would say I thought a number of the puzzles are a bit obtuse or require a little bit more lateral thinking than I would like. Some puzzles, to be fair, do have some very workable clues that point towards the solution of what you need to use and where. But the fact that some options for dialogue don't appear until you've done certain things, the fact that you have to do some things twice in order for them to work, again, that can be very frustrating for an adventure gamer approaching the game for the very first time. Alright, things I liked about the game. Number one has got to be the atmosphere. Both Cyber Dreams and Harlan Ellison did an excellent job of just creating a very dystopian and bleak kind of atmosphere for these 5 characters to go through. And because the writer was involved in the production of the game, it does seem to have a very close feel to the original short story, even though the story itself has been altered a bit and expanded upon compared to the original material. And I think that is kind of the standout part about this game, and it does have a similar feeling to Darkseid in that there's just this overwhelming sense of dread and despair that kind of permeates the game. And a lot of the art works to really complement that. The music is sufficiently creepy, perhaps sometimes a bit repetitive, but it does fit the mood, I think. And I like the characterization of the 5 protagonists. I like that they have different flaws. I like that they come from different walks of life before the big apocalypse happened. And I like the idea that you as a player can choose to have them kind of grow out of their despair. and try to overcome their flaws. And there's no sense of any kind of fairy tale ending. Like I said, the best ending, which is the one we got, is that the five protagonists kind of sacrifice, any hope of escaping the tortures of Am, for the most part, in order to provide a future for humanity. A nice selfless way to kind of cap their journeys morally through the game. Even though the moral system itself, mechanically in the game, is kind of weird. You never quite know what's going to be, quote, bad or good. Sometimes it's clear, but other times it's pretty, seems kind of arbitrary. But overall, those are my impressions. I had been looking forward to playing this game for quite a while, so I was very pleased that I was able to finish it, even with some of the glitches in the gameplay. And again, I hope those are something that you guys were able to overlook for the most part. And so I will see all of you in my next Let's Play project. So, until next time, fellow adventurers, take care.